that you understand what these little things are and how you can look at players, sort players in different ways, and sort the categories through right here. Really, really, really important that you look at that. Now, one way, like I said, to see players that have been dropped and whatnot is obviously through right here. Okay. Or another way is right here. If you click on research, right next to the players tab, research automatically does the job for you. It tells you all the transaction and trends that are going on within Yahoo, all of Yahoo. So this right here shows us that Jody Meeks has been added over 4,000 times. So he's been added in a lot of leagues. So JJ Barea has been added this many times and whatnot. So it kind of does your job already. So if you want to know a few hot players and a few of the players that are people are picking up, so you can just come directly to this research page right here, and it does the homework for you. It tells you currently the most added players. And then right here it tells you some of the other low value players that are all actually in the waiver. It just tells you that some of the best teams in fantasy actually own these players. So tells you a little something. And on the right here, this is just a way to check the actual team's roster. So let's say, for example, I want to pick up JJ Barea and he's a point guard from Minnesota. But I'm like, hey, listen, wait, how many point guards does Minnesota have? So I'm going to click on Minnesota and I get to see exactly Minnesota's entire lineup. So therefore I can make a decision and be like, yeah, JJ Barea is going to get a lot of minutes, or he's not going to get that many minutes. Alright, so very important page for adding players and dropping players, and just seeing some of the best players and the highest trend players currently in all of fantasy. Alright, and what else is there to do? Alright, I guess that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna quickly talk about it again. This is the league page. Main features, the standings right here, your schedule. You can get your schedule right here, see all the teams that you've faced previously in the weeks and all the teams that you're going to be facing up until week 20, and recent transactions, like I said. Right here on the right is a scoreboard. You can see how you're doing, and say for example, look, I'm going to click right here and I see I'm playing Trey Vito Carleone next week. So I'm like, hey, listen, let's see how he's doing against Kush. So I'm going to click here and I see that alright, so his blocks aren't that good, so maybe I want to add a player. At the end of this week I might want to add a player for blocks, just to give me a better opportunity against him next week. Alright, so adding a player right here takes you to the same page as players, and click plus to add the player, or drop. You can just go to drop, but you can just click on drop right here. It's not that important. If you want the last button right here is trade. You probably won't be using it that much, but don't be afraid to use it. When you click on trade, you see all the teams that you're going to be able to trade with, all the teams. So you can go ahead and click on We the Best right here. He loves trading, so if you want to send some trade offers, you might as well send it to him, because he'll take anything. So you can go right here. Once you click on trade and you click on the team, you can see his entire lineup and your entire lineup. So these little white check mark, you can just click right here on these little boxes. So I'll go ahead and offer him Josh Smith. Alright, and even from this page you still have all the tools available. You can sort all these players by ranks again. Remember earlier we sort them by rank, and we could see how each player is doing in the last 7 days or whatnot. Or we could sort them by their average season stats. So before I want to offer a trade for Josh Smith, I see that, hey, look, he averages 16 point whatever blocks, points, and whatnot, and then I can make my decision. Scroll down. This is my page, so I'm gonna go ahead and offer him a trade. So I think Thiago Splitter is worth it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not worth it, but I just want to piss him off. So I pick my player, look at his stats, and then if I want, I can go ahead and click continue to continue with the trade. Or there's another really neat feature that's been added onto fantasy this year. If you click on evaluate trade, it's gonna evaluate your team based on those two players. So I picked Thiago Splitter and Josh Smith, right? So now right here, projected lineup performance. now you see how your team is going to differ with that player. So you see that my field goal percentage went from 46.8 to 46.3. Not much difference. It's only a 0.005 difference. But what I really benefited on is my points. You see, my projected stats were 9,812 by the end of the season, and now they're projected at 10,000, over 10,000. So it's made a change of 23 points weekly. These are weekly stats. So every week now I'm projected to have 23 more points, and my rebounds have went up by almost 10. My assists have went up by 11. My steals have went up by 1.5. My blocks have went up by 3.69. So this is telling me, going by right here, this tells me that this is a very good trade for me, and it also tells We the Best that it's a very bad trade for him, because he's gonna see these two as green. He's gonna see the reds as green, and he's gonna see the greens as red, the opposite of me. So he's gonna obviously decline it. So it's a really cool little neat feature. Remember, you can click on trade. Alright, again, I'm gonna show you how to do this. Click on trade. We're gonna go to Curse Smoke right here. That's Safi. You'll be like, hey, look, let's see how Safi's players are doing. Let's see his last 14 days. We're gonna sort it right here from his last 14 days. And you see these are the total stats. These aren't the average stats, total stats. So just alright, Damian Lillard is really good. So I'll click on Damian Lillard, then I'll go down and I'll see Ty Lawson, then I'll click on that, and then now I have the choice of going ahead and proposing the trade, or like I showed you, evaluating the trade and seeing what difference it can make on my team. So really neat little feature right there. And yes, last but not least, when I took you to the players page, the page consisting of all players, and I showed you that you don't always necessarily have to add a player. You can just click on a little flag, and it adds them to your list in case they do much better this week or so. This is where you can access that page right here. When you go to my team, you can click right here, my watch list. Pretty simple, right? And this shows you all the players that are on your watch list. Alright? See, a few of these guys now are owned because some of these players I clicked on the little flag like a month ago, so they kept doing better, and some players picked them up. So this is a quick and easy way to check on the players that you've added on your watch list. Alright, pretty easy. Alright guys, so all you need to know is just how to add players, drop players. And remember, I don't know if I already told you, you can only add 4 amount of players a week. So this week I've used 3 of my ads. 3 out of 4. You can see that I made these ads right here. There's 2 of them right there, and if you actually click on view all, you can see more. Alright guys, so pretty easy. If you want to put players on the trading block, you click on right here, trading block. Pretty simple. And now you see all the players that other teams have on trading block. So We the Best has the Scola and MKG on the block, and so he's offering point guards and guards, and and I'm offering these 2 guys, Lou Williams and Ersan Ilyasova, and the stats that I'm willing to give up and whatnot. You can easily edit yours by just clicking on edit, and then right here you click on the players that that are available, and then, or you could just not even pick players, you can pick positions. So any of my point guards are available, and which point guards are available? I guess only my point guards that give threes. So so I'm offering threes, so people know from this. And then what I want in return, I want center. I want a center. Alright, so I click submit, and your request changes have been made. And when you go back in the league main page, now you see that Dwight, that's me, I set my trading block to, I set available positions to PG. So now everybody right here in the recent transactions can see that We the Best, with all my Dwight is putting his point guards available up for trade. Alright, pretty easy. It's not hard. Pretty easy, but like I said, you want to keep an eye out on right here. Like watch, when I click on here, this is my matchup, and I see, you know, my stats, and I'm like, hey, how do I, you know, stand up against other teams? And so I click on you know, Arsenal and QK whatever right here, and then I see their stats, and I'm like, hey, look, I'm actually uh, not that bad in threes. You know, I had 5, these two guys have 7. I'm pretty good in assists, you know, I have more than all these guys. And my blocks are actually not that bad. These guys have 5 and 9, and I have a little bit more than that. But my turnovers, see, these guys are pretty low turnovers, and I have pretty high turnovers. So that tells me right there, you know, comparison to other teams where I stand. Alright, I guess that's pretty much it. 30 minutes of teaching you guys how to get around the site and navigate through stuff. Oh yes, sorry, just one more thing I wanted to add. Now, if there are players, when you click on add, and if you want to add a player, okay, like I said, you're not just going to go start adding players from this page. You're going to want to sort them. You're going to want to sort them through categories, or you're going to want to sort them by, you know, depending on one of these things, or by positions, or by teams. Like I said, you can click on these little yellow things to see the current news about the player, but sometimes Yahoo is late with the little information and stuff about the player. So the best site that we actually all use is RotoWorld. So you can just, you know, click on right here, go to Google, and let's say we want to know what's going on with Kobe Bryant. So Kobe Bryant, RotoWorld. The second you type in Roto, it's already there. You click on the first one. It's always the first one, and right here you come on RotoWorld. So this is where you pretty much get the best information and the best updated information about the current status of your player. So when you go to that, we see latest news. Kobe Bryant might have made his last start at shooting guard on Tuesday when he had 30 points, blah blah blah. So there you go. So there you go. That indicates right here that Kobe Bryant is not going to be playing at shooting guard anymore. Why? Because Meta World Peace is going to be coming off the bench, and you know, Jody Meeks is going to be the starting shooting guard. So hey, wow, this just told me that. So you know, Roto World is really cool. You can search for any player you want right here, starting with the last name, comma, first name. So on top of checking these little information about players, like go to Roto World every single time, Roto World, and you know, and search for the player like that. And you see the recent news on the player, and tells me that Paul Gasol returned from a, you know, 8-game absence. Alright, so pretty easy, guys. You know, you can even search for a player that you don't see on the list right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright. Anyway, have fun, good luck, and if you have any more questions, just, I guess, ask somebody, and they'll help you out. See ya, and good luck.